Everyone, it's Meteorologist Jim Caldwell here at WKYT. We are in the Alert Center. We're talking temperatures. We're talking about some nice weather. We have it all showing up out there for you today. But now things will change here in the coming days. We're going to see it heat up quite a bit, especially by the end of the week and going into the weekend. 90 is a real possibility. Right now, we look at some of the numbers, and it's hard to think about 90 because we're in the 60s. We're in the low 60s. We're in the mid 60s. We're in the upper 60s. It just depends on where you are. We started off with a whole bunch of 40s, a whole pile of them out there showing across Kentucky. But now we have recovered. We've gotten back into that mid to upper 60-degree territory for you right now. That's what most of us are experiencing. So it is quite pleasant. Now, what we've got is a system up to our north. The system's going to bring some showers north of our area. You're not really going to see much in the way of that. There's not even that much closer to the actual low. This front went through the other day, and when it did, it changed everything. You see all these little white lines? They're showing you where the wind is coming from, okay? And the wind is coming from the north for us and all the way down into Florida, except when you hit that boundary. And then that boundary, you got the South Florida all the way up to Orlando. You're getting a southerly wind, you got the northerly wind coming in behind it, and a lot of tropical moisture expected in that area. Over the next 7 days, somewhere between about 5 and 10 inches will be a really good possibility there. So if you're traveling, keep that in mind. This is one of the most action-packed zones in the country right now, and for the next week at least. Here, during that same time, we're barely picking up anything at all. I'm talking a quarter of an inch. That's the high-end kind of stuff for us. That's a whole 7-day stretch of it. Now, as we move forward, going into this 70-degree territory for later today, it's comfortable, low humidity, maybe a nice little breeze blowing, not like it was yesterday. Yesterday it was just crazy. That wind going through, it made it rough to be outside, especially if you were dressed for the warm weather, and I was. I had flip-flops on and socks, yeah, because that's the way I wear it. Flip-flops and shorts on, just running around, and it got chilly in a hurry. But what's going to happen is we're going to start to warm up a little bit more into the 80s for tomorrow. I think a lot of low 80s out there. And then you get into the 7 o'clock hour early on Thursday morning, and we're a little warmer than we were the morning before, and then a lot warmer for those daytime highs, breaking out into the mid and upper 80s. Eventually what's going to happen is we get into the weekend, we're going to see that summer sizzle come into play. It's going to help push those numbers way up the thermometer. What we do is we hit widespread 90. I don't think just one or two locations. I think a lot of us are going to be at that level. So it's going to go to that next high-end spot. Check the run here. You go into Sunday, and I've got 85, 90. This might be just a touch too cool, but you've got several 90-degree temperatures. The same thing happening on your Monday. The only thing that I worry about with Monday's forecast is there might be enough rain around to really, and that's what this model is projecting here, there might be just enough rain around to keep some of the numbers down somewhat. Because as you notice, I've got 70s out there too, so it's a very tricky situation moving into that. So I might have to downgrade that high for your Monday forecast a little bit because of that potential, because it's grown a little bit. But either way, it's going to get steamier around here, and probably even steamier than this later on going into next week. I appreciate y'all so much for stopping by, giving me a few minutes of your time. We are going to be back on television here in about 24 minutes for WKYT News at noon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you.